think Gary Ringrose has really you know, evolved over the last few years, and even Jemison Gibson Park and Conor Murray there at 9 as well are very capable to take the strings as well. So look, it's going to be super exciting, and hopefully Johnny can play close to 80 as possible.
I'm going to find out, because we've got one of Johnny Sexton's mates actually who's going to come on, Dan. So I'm going to ask you just to
okay,
pass the baton on to Rory
Big man
McIlroy.
How are things?
Yeah, great, thank you. All good, thank you.
Rory, absolute
nice to
pleasure.
see you. How are you?
Very good. Shane, how are you, sir? You're right. Who are you supporting today?
Oh, well.
We were just talking how good's this. It's great to have you. This is the Big Jim Show live. I don't know if you know what it was, just to let you know.
Glad we know now.
Well, we know we're pitch side. Are you feeling the energy down here? How does this rank in terms of some of the competitions you've been at with the energy?
We were just saying, it's unbelievable. Like when you see 80,000 people from down here, it looks a lot different than when you're up in the stands. And I mean, it's just an unbelievable atmosphere. You know, I think apart from the first match of the tournament, France and New Zealand, this is probably the most highly anticipated match of the tournament so far. And to be here and to experience the atmosphere, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's class to have you, by the way. Shane, I know you're a big rugby fan as well. You're not just wearing that just today, just as a one-off, but you've got Ireland down to win the World Cup. You said that. Now you're down here and you're looking at the world champions. Do you still feel the same?
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not going to change my mind now. These lads look pretty big, but I think Ireland are obviously the best team in the world on paper, #1 in the world. I think you know, tonight's a huge game, and I think if they can set down a marker tonight, I think it's huge for them. I think obviously in Ireland we all want them to win, we all want them to go the whole way, and yeah, I think tonight is a huge night in the step towards that.
Yeah, Rory, everyone talks about fans, right? Irish fans are slightly different. Everyone talks about South Africa. They have more to play for than rugby. It means more. Very similar with Ireland, and being in Paris today, last night as well. There's a few all-nighters here as well, but the psyche of Ireland fans and the meaning of sport to them, you two obviously know that, but the importance of the Irish fans here cannot be underestimated, right?
It's amazing. I think, you know, Shane would say the same thing. No matter where we play in the world, the support we get from the Irish fans, whether it be in America or Europe or Asia or wherever it is, it's incredible. They travel to see their sports stars, and obviously Paris is no different tonight, and obviously this whole tournament in France, it's, you know, we've been watching from afar, but to actually be here and see the support that this team has, it's amazing, and you know, hopefully that support can hopefully carry them all the way in this tournament.
Yeah, such a small country, but you talk about all the other sports, like globally, Irish people come from everywhere. They are everywhere. But do you feel that as well? I mean, you look around, obviously it's a sea of green. Both teams play in green, but there's more Irish people in this stadium tonight than I've ever seen any team supported over the World Cup.
And look, that's going to be the way over the next few weeks as far as the team go. And I think, look, I think this team has a chance to do something that, you know, will be remembered forever. Like Ireland might never have the chance like this to win a World Cup again. I think this team has that chance, and it's very exciting for the whole country. You know, I was back there for a few days last week, and just being here today in Paris, just seeing how many Irish people are here, and like Rory says, we come out in our numbers. We're a great country to jump on a bandwagon, and you know, it's going to be an amazing few weeks, and hopefully it can be you know, a successful one.
Yeah, when you're playing at these high-level tournaments, Rory, and yeah. Are they shouting Jim? Or yeah, they're shouting Jim. They are. How you doing? Yeah, I know. You're playing at these high-level tournaments. You've been there and done it. Ireland's Achilles heel has been World Cups. Not that you're expected to go through the archives and unpick how they do it, but on the biggest stage, which tonight arguably is as well. Well, it is, but as they get through to the quarters, what kind of stuff would you be saying? What's the mindset need to be?
Yeah, so I think it's a mental barrier more than a physical one, right? I think they've all the tools at their disposal, but the quarterfinal of the World Cup's been their Achilles heel, and you know, we all expect them to obviously get there, and this match tonight is going to decide basically whether they play New Zealand or they play France. And you know, they had a tough time in Tokyo 4 years ago when they played New Zealand in that quarter, and but they've come a long way since then, and they've been able to overcome both France and New Zealand since then, whether it be in the Six Nations or playing New Zealand in test matches. So I think they're finally been able to get over that mental barrier. So I don't think there's anything standing in their way to, as Shane said, doing something that they've never done before.
Shane's looking at the size. You're looking at the size of them, though. You're like, hang on.
I do think, like, obviously our Achilles heel has been quarterfinals in the World Cup, but I do think, and I believe this, that this team is different.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know much about these? There's actually a couple of top golfers in here. So Franco Mostart, Faf de Klerk as well.
Yeah, no, I've met a couple of them and they're king golfers, but I wouldn't want to get in the way of them tonight.
No. Shane, we're going to get you out there. We're going to roll you out there. Roy, I just want to ask, like, the significance of Ireland. We are jumping ahead here, but the significance of Ireland winning a World Cup. Could you imagine what it could do? Just go there, will you, just for a little bit?
I think the last thing that's happened in Ireland that would be as big as Ireland winning the World Cup was this man winning the Open Championship at Portrush in 2019. I don't think there would be anything like it in the history of Ireland in the country, and like we're counting our chickens before they hatch a little bit, but if they were to get there, it would be a monumental achievement, and as Shane said, something that, you know, chances like this don't come around very often. They have to try to make the most of it.
Yeah, Shane, we were going through the archives today of all the golfers that are playing. We were trying to put together like a golf 15, as it were. We only got to the point where we got the coach in John Daly. We couldn't find out any other players. Is there anyone on the circuit that could play a bit of rugby? We had you actually down at 13.
I was going to say a little scrum half here beside me.
So I've got to be honest, you were down at 1. I don't know, you were down.
Have you seen the size of these fellas?
Yeah, don't go based on that. We were thinking more than maybe a chili.
I'll run the water, or like bring out the kicking tea or something. I'll do something. I'll be like the head of entertainment in there. I'll be like Dave Kilcoyne's in there as like the head of entertainment. I'll be in there for that.
Is there anyone on the search? Did you play a bit of rugby?
John Ram could get a game.
John Ram, yeah. John
Ram's
what
a big
position?
lad.
Like a number 8 or something.
Yeah, back row. He'd be like a back row. Yeah, he's a big lad. Probably weighs 110 kilos. Like, he's a big lad. He could get a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm going to leave you and wish you on your way. Big week coming up next week in Rome with the Ryder Cup. How many of these do you think are going to follow you? Are you hoping all of them?
Hopefully a few. Well, at least we know the South Africans are going to be supporting us as well. So.
Yeah. Absolute pleasure to have you. We're not going to jinx it, but a lot of people in this stadium want Ireland to go all the way. So yeah. Rory McIlroy, absolute legend as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Shane, I watched your doc as well. Your nan's got a beautiful voice.
Thanks.
It's called Roots, isn't it? Roots, there we go. So Shane Lowry on Roots. We've got a similar episode called Rugby Roots, but we'll bring Dan Leavy back in.
Perfect.
Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
Legends, thank you so much.
Cheers, lads. I am still looking for tickets to the Ryder Cup as well. So
it's an easy way to plug.
Yeah, 4 tickets, take it, yeah.
Absolute legends.
Yeah, legends, yeah.
Wow. How cool was that?
Unbelievable, yeah. Yeah, they actually know their shit. I thought they were.
I'll tell you now, but where do we go from there? They undug it.
Downhill from now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what, as in, this is part of it, right, in terms of being able to unite different sports.
Yeah.
Like Rory loves it, Shane loves his rugby. If you actually look at what they do in and amongst sports and other sports, supporting their own, but it also shows you the enormity of rugby in Ireland, right?
Yeah, 100%.
It's crazy.
I mean, I know Shane-O has always been very, very close to the rugby, always been a big supporter. I don't know if Rory's on the bandwagon or not, but he's got me tickets, so he's definitely a big rugby fan as well.
Yeah,
no, it's great to see the guys here. I mean, the stadium's absolutely filling up now. It's crazy here already. For such a small country like Ireland, the support and the energy that they bring to these games is second to none. So it's amazing.
We heaped a little bit of pressure, and we asked Rory and Shane what it would do for Ireland to win a World Cup. We are jumping ahead of ourselves, but I don't know if we're going to get you. We're definitely not going to get them again unless they make it to the final, where they'll be desperate to come in. But this is the next step for Ireland. This is the next step for Irish rugby. Leinster, the history they've got in the Champions Cup. I know they've not won it recently, and it's been La Rochelle who've won it twice in a row against Leinster. But is this the shift? Can you go there and say this Ireland team now need to be in a position to say, you know what, it's our time, we're going to win this World Cup?
Yeah, I think, look, as I said, you know, that Japan was an absolute nightmare, and they'll have learned a lot from that. You know, you get the likes of Gary Ringrose, the young Gary Ringrose, James Ryan, Tyke Furlong, Andrew Porter. These guys, you know, they felt that pain of losing like that, and kind of, you know, the embarrassment that goes with it after being #1 in the world. So, you know, these guys have learned a lot. They have Johnny coming to the end of his career here, driving everything. So long as he keeps fit, I think they've got a serious shot.
So let's just go into a little bit of the weeds about how Ireland win this game. I'm with you. We were chatting about it's a 50-50 game. Like, people are saying who's going to win, and if you've got to pick one team, like, I'll go first. I think Ireland win. I think it's going to be, and these are the reasons why. South Africa, big game against Scotland, came through that with flying colours. They kind of know that they're through now. You know, they lost Malcolm Marks at hooker. They've got a 7-1 bench. They're probably trying a few things. this game for Ireland, because of the way that the 2 pool games that they've had in Romania, before they obviously put a cricket score on them and had a comfortable win against Tonga. Thank you very much. A lot of detail in there. Tonga gave them a tough test, like they were physical in that.
Yeah.
Everything's been building towards this game for Ireland.
Yeah, I think the way the kind of competition fell was quite good for Ireland. So they had, you know, not the most difficult game in Romania, build up to Tonga, build up to this, which is almost like a final for them in the group stage. And then they have a week off next week, so they'll be going, you know, flat out for this game now, giving us socks, and then they have a little opportunity to reset, and then they go into Scotland and hopefully knock out rugby after that. So, look, I mean, for the team, I think they're humming. I think, you know, there's been a lot of question marks over like the Ireland's opposition over the last few months, and they haven't been playing top-tier teams, but, you know, they can only play who's in front of them. I think they've been seriously comprehensive with all their wins so far. You know, they put away a good, you know, a strong Tonga team there. Wow, yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. The energy here is absolutely crazy. Yeah.
It is actually quite emotional.
It is, yeah. I mean, like, even, you know, we touched on earlier on when Johnny came out for his lap at the pitch, his warm-up, the whole, you know, there's probably 30,000 people here already gone nuts. So it's going to be an absolute cracker. But yeah, I think for Ireland now, they've got an amazing challenge in front of them in South Africa. You know, the World Cup champs from last time. They're in a really good reign of form as well, and they're, you know, bar Malcolm Marks, they're pretty fit now as well, and Pollard's come back in. But, you know, it's going to be a cracker. As I said, this and France-New Zealand were earmarked as the 2 big games in the group stage, and I don't think it's going to disappoint.